Hello. In this lecture, we will go through a chapter named Qualities of a Good Teacher. Basically, in this chapter, we will study what are the qualities of a good teacher. In the present scenario, the teacher has moved far ahead from his or her traditional role of just being a subject transact placed during the colonial times. Today, he or she plays a far more important and significant role not only in a student's life but also in the development of society. Society itself has undergone a lot of transformation and changes. Nowadays, teachers do not play in the role of subject teaching, but they also helps in the development and transformation of the society. As a consequence, expectations from the teacher have also changed. It is very important that teachers become aware of their new and multiple roles and get ready to take them up with zeal and enthusiasm. Educational qualification of teacher. It is mandatory to have a minimum educational qualification for a teacher in a teacher. It is also necessary for a teacher to be well trained in his or her profession. Educational qualification for primary and secondary classes. A teacher must possess B.Ed degree with graduation as the minimum education qualification. Teaching in primary and secondary classes or BTC, or it is mandatory to have DELED. Educational qualifications for higher secondary classes. To teach higher secondary classes, a person must have MA degree or have honors in particular field or subject. What are the qualities of a good teacher? Qualities of a good teacher can be seen through the following points. Subject matter expert possesses thorough knowledge of subject matter and demonstrates a contagious enthusiasm for it. Goes further than the standard textbook materials. Researches and develop important and original thought on subject speciality. Think about discipline, analyze its nature and evaluates its quality. Follows intellectual developments in the discipline regularly and related fields. Takes a strong interest in broader issues and is intellectually admirable. Pedagogical expert sets appropriate learning goals and objectives and communicates them clearly, demonstrates a positive attitude and trust in students and continually works to overcome obstacles and might subvert learning. Next, evaluates and grades a student's work fairly and not promptly. Next, encourages students to think and empowers them to find their own creativity. Good. Next, promotes a wide range of ideas and an open expression of diverse opinion while maintaining an atmosphere of integrity, civility, and respect. Good. Guides students successfully through exploration of the creative, critical thinking, and problem solving processes and helps students grapple with ideas and information they need to develop their own understanding. Okay. Promotes students self discovery. Next, pursues teaching and learning as scholarly activities. Good. Exhibits a strong sense of commitment to the academic community in addition to personal success in the classroom. Provides on a regular basis constructive and objective feedbacks to a student. Finds unique and creative ways to connect students to each other. Next, excellent communicator. Teacher should be an excellent communicator, meaning the communication between teacher and the student should be understandable. Demonstrates effective oral and written communication skills. Demonstrates good organizational abilities and planning skills. Helps students learn effective communication skills. Listens attentively and is available and approachable. Utilizes teaching tools appropriately and effectively, simplifies and clarifies complex subjects that result in provocative insights, bridges language and cultural barriers. A student centered mentor. Teacher should be student centered, meaning what a student is able to understand, teacher should focus on that. So let us go through with some points. Makes students learning the highest priority. Experiments willingly to facilitate a student's learning. Strives to stimulate each student to learn through a variety of methods and encourages and invites active student participation. Helps students connect different learning experiences and facilitates development of self-knowledge. Conveys to a student that they must reach beyond fact to the understanding and application of concepts. Instills a desire in students for lifelong learning. Inspires them to high intellectual levels and does not give up on students. Connects with students easily and is understanding and personable. Systematic continual assessor develops and uses appropriate student outcome assessments to continuously improve students' learning experience in keeping with stated course objectives. Next, employs a systematic approach to assess teaching, keeps the class material fresh and new, makes appropriate changes where indicated, and sets clear objectives that indicate the kind of thinking and acting expected from students. Create an environment that invites constructive student feedback to the instructor. Adopts teaching style to accomplish the objectives of successful student learning. Recognizes on limitations and shortcomings, confronts and learns from them. Advocates learning over testing. Role and abilities of teacher. What are the role and abilities of teacher? First point, teacher is a facilitator. While the student today has access to various sources of knowledge, the job of the teacher becomes more important since he or she has to lead the students towards locating resources. The teacher should be able to provide the students different ways of viewing the world, communicating about it, and successfully coping with questions and issues of daily living. Second point, teacher as a counselor and guidance worker. When a student come up to the teacher with their personal problems, teacher's role is that of a counselor who is an emphatic and an active listener, non-judgmental and has a positive attitude. Teachers should always keep in mind that no bias should be arise against or in favor of the students after listening to him or her. Third point, teacher as a mental health worker. A teacher is expected to play the role of a mental health worker and be a sensitive observer of human behavior. The teacher should respond constructively when students' emotions get in the way of learning. Fourth point, teacher as a role model. Teacher has have the inevitable edge over others to mold their students' behavior. No matter what a teacher does, he or she will be acting as a model for students. Teaching is a subject enthusiastically is likely to have more impact than a bored instructor lecturing on the values of the subject. At times, modeling can also be used intentionally. Fifth, teacher as a sitting agent. The teacher, while taking his or her class, can also act as a sensitizing agent where he or she inspires students to do various things in life and can also sensitize the students towards important issues related to politics, environment, world, etc. Sixth point, teacher as a trainer for citizenship. A teacher's role expands beyond that of a sensitizing agent, and he or she can act as a trainer for citizenship with a civil and social responsibility. The primary aim of the school is not only to help students to score good marks in examination and to get into good colleges, but also to help students to grow as socially responsible citizens. As a teacher, teachers should be able to help a student in making them aware of their fundamental rights and duty towards society. Seventh point is teacher as an agent for social changes. Both the roles of the teacher as a sensitizing agent and a trainer together mark his or her role as an agent for social changes. The teacher's role as an agent for social change does not demand from the teacher to take out any rallies or to bring about any revolution, but slow and steady work with students, sensitizing them towards various social issues, inspiring them to take actions and encouraging them to come out with various suggestions regarding the way change can be brought about will lead to major and long lasting changes. 8. Teacher as a researcher. Teacher's role is not only to transact knowledge but also to act as an action researcher while passing the school corridors or while taking the to students discovering that they have numerous problems. The teacher should not only discuss these problems but also carry out proper actions research to find solutions and to apply the same to deal with the problems. 9. Teacher as a reflective professional. Reflective teachers try to understand why particular action have certain effects in their classes. They analyze the teaching from a number of different perspectives of theoretical orientations. Their analysis is guided by a rich store of knowledge about students, classrooms, social learning, teaching, and the subject matter being taught. They enjoy teaching but are never completely satisfied with their current level of expertise and always try to improve. Reflective teachers are not content by simply trying to reflect, analyze, and study. This is all about today's chapter. Now we will go through with the some problems based on this chapter. Let us have a look on question number first. Exercise question number first. We will go through question number first and approx 50 questions. We will deal them one by one. First question is, a good teacher's priority in his school shall be his first principal, secretary of the managing committee, C. colleagues, D. student. What are its answer? C. Principal. No. A good teacher's priority in his school shall be principal. No. Secretary of the managing committee. No. Colleagues. No. A student should be the priority. Option number D. Option D. An excellent communicator. A. Experiments willingly to affect a student learning. No. Makes students learning the highest priority. No. Listen attentively and simplifies complex subject that results in provocate insights. बिल्कुल सही. Promotes students self discovery. No. A pedagogical expert evaluates and grades students' work fairly and promptly, promotes students' self-discovery, pursue teaching and learning as scholarly activities. All of the above. All of the above. Setting up of learning goals and objectives is the characteristics of which attribute of an excellent teacher? Pedagogical expert, excellent communication, subject matter expert, a student-centered mentor. The answer is pedagogical expert. 6. Which one of the following is the most important quality of a good teacher? Content mastery and reactive. No. Content mastery and authoritative. No. Content mastery. This is right. Punctuality and sincerity. No. The primary duty of a teacher is to imbibe value system in the students, improve the physical standard of the students, raise the intellectual standard of the students, helps in all round development of the students. All round development should be given priority. Question number 8. An effective teacher in a classroom where students come from diverse background would focus on their cultural knowledge to address individual differences among the group. बिल्कुल सही. Push students from deprived background to work hard so that they can match up with their peers. Ignore cultural. Option A. 9. An ideal teacher is one who has a strong desire to learn continuously, favorite of all colleagues, confident of the principal, popular in students' community. The answer is has a strong desire to learn continuously. Question number 10. For which of the following characteristics students usually most dislike their teacher? Illegal blackboard writing, illegible blackboard writing, lack of knowledge of a student, biased behavior, always late in class, lack of knowledge of subject. Which statement is most suitable for successful teacher? Explains lesson clearly, uses textbook only, ask questions, inspire a student. The answer is inspire a student. Which one should be followed by a good teacher in a class? Teach fast learners, teach mediocre learners, teach slow learners, teach A, B, and C. A, B, C. Which one is most important for a teacher? Expertise in subject content, expertise in teaching skills, rapport with students, good health, teaching skill. B. Which of the following is a teacher related factor affecting learning? Mastery over the subject expert, proper seating arrangement, availability of teaching learning resources, none of the above. Subject matter. A teacher should communicate that she respects and value all cultures in the classroom, maximize comparison amongst students, no, promote students belonging to certain cultures, no, ignore cultural differences and diversity amongst students, no. Option A. Teacher's main responsibility is to create and teach a text plan, conducting as many activities as possible, maintaining strict discipline, providing learning opportunities according to different learning styles of the student. Option D. Which of the following should be considered the most important feature in a teacher at a primary level? Eagerness to teach, no. Patience and perseverance, this is good answer. Proficiency in knowledge of teaching method and topics, the efficiency of reading in very standard language, no. Which of the following is the most important for teachers? Maintaining good discipline, to solve the difficulties of students, punctuality, have a good time, to solve the difficulties of the students. A teacher can become more effective if students score higher marks, no. Teacher uses good quality supporting study material, he helps the learners achieve proficiency in studies, no. To help a student in raising question, this is the good answer. The most important work of a teacher is complete focus on development of students, to provide remedial and whenever needed, to provide effective educations, to maintain order and discipline in the class, to complete focus on development of students. As a applicable or to the classroom, the teacher's role is motivation is essentially subject of awakening the needs in the students, channelizing the energies of aware and conscious students in creative direction, inculcating new interests, providing attractive incentives that are accessible to the students. Option B. Challenging. The chief responsibility of the teacher is planning educational experience, enhancing relations with parents, using the novel technique of teaching, Implementing the administrative policies using the novel technique of teaching. C. A teacher's work is to help students in self-studies, motivate students for studies, enables friendly environment for studies, tells the students their mistake. Enable friendly environment for studies. 24. A teacher shall keep his voice in dash in a class. High tone, slower tone, louder tone, normal voice. Option D should be the answer. Which one of the following best describes a teacher's role? Creating a relaxed space where children learn through dialogue and inquiry. Teachers' most important role in the classroom is to maintain discipline. Teachers should adhere to the prescribed textbook. Completing the syllabus on time and leaving enough time for revision is important. Option A. Role of a teacher in a class is to follow the timetable strictly and stick to course. No. Provide authentic learning situations and facilitate independent thinking in students. This should be. Fill the students with his or her own knowledge and preserve them for examination. No. Transmit knowledge in a straight fashion and prepare students for right answers. No. Option is 26B. The mental problem of today's child are increasing. What can be the possible reason for it? Teachers are spending less quality time with parents of their students. Students are spending less time with their teachers. Teachers are spending less quality time with their students. Parents are spending less time with their children. This is the right answer. In the present day context, the teacher's role is not visualized as that of an authority figure. Rather, he or she is seen as a dash of learning who acts as a guiding light for the student. Tool, facilitator, institution, path. Option B. When students come up to a teacher with their personal problems, what role should he or she take to an empathetic and active listener, non-judgmental and exhibit a positive attitude? Friend, parent, counselor, big brother. The option should be C, counselor. When a teacher helps at all the four levels, namely preventive, promotional, curative, and conservative, he or she is playing a role of a mental health worker, counselor, parent, role model. What should be the option? Mental health worker. The demonstrations of experiment or various activities done by the teacher in classes are example of modeling, practical lecturer, mental health worker, direct modeling. 31 should be modeling, no, practical lecturer, no, mental health worker or direct modeling. Direct modeling should be the answer. When a teacher has to inspire many students of the class to do various things in life, he or she will have to work as a role model, sensitizing agent, friend, guide. The option should be B, agent. Acting as a trainer, a teacher cannot only help students to score good marks, बिल्कुल सही, in examination and get into good college, but also help students get job and learn know in their personal problems, grow as a social responsible citizen, become good teacher. The option should be C. Acting as an agent for social change, a teacher should take out rallies, no. Bring about revolution, no. Inspire students to take actions, good. Come out with various suggestions regarding the way change can be brought. This option is also true. The option is C. 35. Often while passing the school corridor or while talking to students, teachers discover that students have numerous problems. What should a teacher do to help them? Discuss those problems, carry out proper action research to find solutions, apply the research to deal with the problems. Discuss problem, carry out, ये भी सही लग रहा है. This is also right. The option should be D. What are the characteristics needed by a teacher to become a counselor? 36. Empathy, acting listening, non-judgmental. D. The option should be D. In today's world, when a student have access to all the information through TV, internet, radio, etc., the role of teacher becomes more of a mental health worker, facilitator, trainer, social worker. Facilitator. The phrase action speaks louder than words is apt for which role of teacher? Role of mental health work, role of counselor, role of sensitizing agent, role model. The option should be role model. A teacher discusses various issues related to politics, environment, health, etc. While teaching in class, she is playing the role of mental health worker, sensitizing agent, counselor, role model. Option B. For a teacher to become an agent for social changes, which of the following combination is needed? Sensitizing agent and trainer and mental health worker and counselor, trainer and role model. A option. While acting as a counselor, guidance worker, what among the following should be avoided by a teacher? Positive attitude, empathy, getting biased towards students after listening him or her. The active listener, getting biased. This should be ignored, avoided. Which of the following is not a trait of a reflective teacher? Enjoy teaching and is not satisfied with his or her current level expertise. Always try to improve. Next option is he or she research on his or her teaching effectiveness. Does not like any suggestion from colleagues. The option D. What is not expected as a role of a teacher? Role model, counselor, authority figure, sensitizing agent. The option should be C. Authority figure. A successful teacher is one who is compassionate and disciplinarian, quiet and reactive, tolerant and dominating, passive and active. The option should be tolerant and dominating. Which of the following is the most important single factor is in underlying the success of a beginning teacher? A scholarship, communicative ability, organizational ability, personality, and its ability to relate to the class and to the people. Option D. A teacher should have command over his subject. Good. Sahi. Should introduce the lesson before he starts teaching. Sahi. Should have command over his knowledge. Sahi. The option is all of the above. D. Rolly is unable to pronounce the words study and society clearly. As her teacher, what will you do? Humiliate Rolly by isolating her and asking her to repeat the words? No. Asking the entire class to repeat the words and appreciating Rolly when she repeats them correctly? Good. You will just ignore it? No. You will ask the class to laugh at her? Option B. Most psychologists believe that development is due largely to nature and nurture acting separately, to an interaction of nature and nurture. Option D. Teachers' main responsibility is to create and teach the text plan. B. Conducting as many activities as possible, maintaining a strict discipline, providing learning opportunity according to the different learning style of the students. Option D. Which of the following should be considered the most important feature in a teacher at a administrative level? Eagerness to teach, patience and perseverance. Option B should be right answer. Proficiency in knowledge of teaching method and topic. The proficiency of reading in a very standard language. The most important qualities of an effective teacher is deep knowledge about subject taught, strict disciplinarian, good rapport with the student, a good motivator. Option A. To remove the gender inequality, a teacher plays a role of he or she does not encourage the stereotype ideas regarding gender inequality. She or he engages boys in hard work and girls in comparatively lower level. She or he makes work understand to boys that do not involve in household works. She or he encourages boys for sports and girls for knitting and sewing. The option should be A. In teaching, learning, teacher's work is to encourage a student to learn, read a student to stop playing to a student encourages to study, to encourage a student only in reading books. A. To encourage a student to learn. In an elementary classroom, an effective teaching teacher should aim at the student to the motivate, to rote memories so that they become good at recall by using punitive measures so that they respect the teacher, to perform so that they get good marks in the end of the year of examination, to learn so that they become curious and loving nature. One sec. Option should be D. To learn so that they become curious and love learning for its own sake. How is a teacher an independent variable? Teacher's behavior is modified in order to modify the behavior of pupils. Good. Teacher's behavior can be studied in isolation in the class. No. Teacher's behavior can be measured. No. D. All of the above. The option should be A. In what ways a teacher is similar to a doctor? Both of them diagnose the defect first, then adopt a remedial measure. Both of them gives prescriptions. Both of them study the effects of their prescriptions. That is, doctor studies the effect of drugs on the patient, and a teacher evaluates his student to know the effectiveness of his teaching. All of the above. The answer should be all of the above. Insightful learning is dash a goal-based learning opposed to qualification of behavior. Both A and B and D none. The option should be C, both A and B. In order to become skillful in his job, a teacher should study new books on his subject, should take part in debates of the school, should write on his subject. All of the above. All of the above. A teacher impresses his students by showing his authority and dominance, by his regularity in teaching, by misbehaving with the students, by indulging in gossip with her students. The option should be B. So this is all about today's lectures. We will continue next chapter in next lecture. Thank you.